public information, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
sharing
fine.
with you.
I can understand.
So that's what's really important, you price it right and set the expectations. Right.
Public information, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
sharing.
fine.
That's when the seller's
So that's not
how
price it right.
and set the
Right.
expectations.
Public information, that's not sharing. So that's not sharing.
I got my own independent.
No, you're fine.
But we're so focused on listings and mortgages. But then in 2012, when we started kind of, started to make certain changes in my business plan.
Right, now we get that.
Was that here? Was that platform?
Here in Corona, actually.
Okay, where were you at?
Hey guys, it's Brett. So we're going to be starting here in a few minutes. We're just running just a few seconds or minutes behind. I want to do a sound check. If you guys can hear me, will you go into the chat screen and just say that you guys can hear me?
Nah. Nah. Okay. Can you guys hear me? How many people do we have on this thing today? Do you have?
Almost 40.
All right. Okay. I want you to send, this was sent over to me just a few minutes ago, and I want you to write this down. All right. So in the 10 cities that we have offices in, okay, in January, there were 1,534 listings taken in January. Okay. We had the market had 539 properties that closed escrows. That went pending. 539 that went pending. There were 732 properties that closed. In those 732 properties that closed, if you had two sides to those, that would be 1,464 sides. Everybody with me so far? Great. Okay. If each side was worth $10,000, that would be $14 million worth of commissions that would have been generated for January for the people who actually worked in December and November, and actually closed business. All right. So what I want to illustrate is, even though the market seems to be slowing down a little bit, the reality is that there's still business out there. And if we only need 1, 2, 3, 5 transactions a month, there's a ton of business still being done. Are you guys with me on this? This is the 10 cities we have offices in, not the 10 cities surrounding the offices. Okay, so for instance, in Corona, it doesn't take into consideration Eastvale, and it doesn't take into consideration Norco. Okay, it just only takes into consideration Corona. The same thing with Marietta, the same thing with Brea, the same thing with all the other cities. So there's business out there that can be done. So that's point number 1. All right, that's the first thought. Why I want to do this challenge is because we had in January, well, let me even back up on that. It's February 1st. Some of you haven't given me your business plan yet. Some haven't given me or your coach your business plan yet. So we're 1/12 of the year gone by. I don't know if you've made so much money in 2018 that you don't need to work in 2019. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay. But there's too much complacency. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a challenge for the next 4 weeks. We did something like this for 5 weeks where we were running through the finish line, and it worked out pretty powerfully. All right. So we're gonna do webinars. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna do them Monday and Wednesday, or we're gonna do them Tuesday and Thursday, or if we're gonna how that's gonna lay out. We'll get that out to you by Monday. But what we are gonna do is we've created this agent activity challenge, and here's the rules for the challenge. Okay, it's a point system, and what we're gonna do is weigh the activity. See, I'm convinced that if you will do some of what I ask you to do some of the time, you can't fail. What happens is we don't do it. And sometimes we need to be reminded of it. And sometimes we're a little competitive. So if Susie's door knocking and I see that Susie's door knocking, I'm competitive too. So I think to myself, well, I'm going to go out and do some door knocking. So we're going to work on taking away the hiding places. So we're going to put everybody's activities up on the internet. Okay? Working on taking away the activities. So here's the way it's going to work. And we'll email this out to you so you don't have to write down the details of this. But you're going to get points for completing your numbers analyzer every week. Yeah. Keeping track of your numbers is important. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, some agents don't do that on a regular basis. Yet the agents that do this excel. I don't have the exact number, but I would guess that agents who keep track of their numbers on a regular basis compared to agents that don't keep track of their numbers on a regular basis over time that the agents that do keep track of their numbers make more money. Fair? Is that fair? Okay, they make more money. So if I take and do the activity of just keeping track of my numbers, I am almost assured of making more money. Pretty cool. So we're going to give you 5 points for that. You're going to, for showing up on your coaching call. For showing up on your coaching call, you are going to get points. Now this sounds ridiculous, okay? But believe it or not, there are some agents, even in our company, that don't show up for their coaching call. We call you and you're not there. Now, it's not that big, but it's enough. And if you miss the coaching call, what happens is sometimes we can't circle back. We're busy, okay? We're busy trying to help other people who at least show up on time. All right, so we've got to do that. So we're going to give you points for doing that. Role play. Some agents, believe it or not, still don't role play on a regular basis. Go figure, right? So we're going to give you points on a regular basis for role playing. So you have to show up at the Blitz, and you get points for showing up at 8:30 in the morning. Oh, I have to be on time. Okay, you can't come at 5 minutes to 9 and get points. Okay, it's from 8:30 to 9. You have to show up at 8:30 to do it. Now, some of you have the Blitz and you get the points for that. Some don't. Okay, I get it. But even though you don't have a Blitz in your area, near your area, you can go to another area and get the points. All right, so that's possible. I wrote down here, the next one is Friday door knocking. This one I don't understand. Okay, we suggest that you door knock. We have an organized door knocking on Friday. You don't have to come anywhere. You don't have to be in the office. You should start from wherever it is you're going to door knock. So if you're going to go to Eastvale, as an example, and you're going to door knock in Eastvale, go to Eastvale, drive there, call in. Give you the number, call in the 800 number, check in. Okay? So all you have to do is check in. You don't even have to check out. We'd like you to check out, but you don't have to check out. Okay? And we have this $25 gas drawing, so you actually get paid for showing up to the, and people don't do it. I don't understand it. Okay, so we're doing that. Listing presentation role play live recorded. A lot of you do this, but you don't do it often enough. Okay, this is another thing. Would you agree that if you do these activities on a regular basis, you'll probably be a little more successful? Okay, right? Okay, good. So we've got the listing role play, live recorded listing presentation, and you need to email it to challenge@century21masters. Don't worry about that, but you need to do one of those a week. One of those a week. I wrote down here, script handwriting. Script handwriting. This is like a no-brainer, right? This is no big deal. You get points. I'm going to give you points for doing your job. I love this. This is great. Okay, I wrote down here, you're going to get points for a new listing taken. Okay, so we do this work and we take a listing. We're going to get points for that, okay? But we've structured it in such a way where we haven't weighted that. We're going to give you 2 points for a listing taken, which you actually get 5 points for doing your numbers analyzer. We think the activity of doing your numbers analyzer on a regular basis is worth more than the listing, because doing the numbers analyzer is going to get you more what? Listings. Very good. So for a listing taken, we're going to give you 2 points. For a listing sold, we're going to give you 2 points. Okay? That's automatic. All this stuff we're talking about, we're going to pull automatically. When you show up for the Blitz and you get points for the Blitz, we're going to give you that, but it's because we took inventory. And your numbers analyzer, we're going to be looking at your numbers analyzer. We're going to have our admin people looking at your numbers analyzers and making sure it's done. So those of you that are being coached by Mike Ferry and not on Masters Analyzers, you know, we're going to have you email us your ratios pages, and that'll be fine. That'll be how that's set up. I wrote down here a buyer sale. We're going to give you 2 points for a buyer sale. So you're going to, if escrow is opened and we get, it's easy, we get a copy of the escrows open, we'll give you credit for it. Pretty simple, okay? If you open an escrow with Century 21 Masters Premier Escrow Services, this is where you can clean up, okay? I need help. This is where you can help. 10 points. 10 points, you guys. 10 points, okay? And then we added the American Auction Listing Appointment. We didn't even talk about that earlier today. But the American Auction System, when you use it, and a lot more of you are using it every day, and it's giving you another opportunity just to have another conversation to try and get an appointment. We're giving you 5 points for that one. So we'll email this out to you. We want you to do the activities. When you do the activities that we've lined out, we believe you will do more business. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So I wrote down here, there was what makes top producers top producers? What makes winners winners? And one of the things that I learned, that if someone has achieved more than you, it's not usually because they're better than you or smarter than you. It's because they did the work. There's nothing here that's brain surgery. This is not neurosurgery. You don't need 7, 8, 10 years of interning so that you can work on somebody's brain. Do these activities on a regular basis over time, you're going to make money. Call your past client and sphere. Call just listed, just sold. Call your expireds, whatever it is that you want to work, but do that. It's because these people, the superstars, have found a strategy, okay? And what we have at Century 21 Masters is a strategy. We have the strategy. What happens is we get lost in all the noise that's around us, okay? Let's go get Zillow leads. Zillow leads. Whoa. Okay. I have 800 Zillow leads. Did you call them? No. But I have them. Come on. This is crazy. You have past client sphere. We've been talking about this. You have past client sphere. Call them. Talk to them. They want to hear from you. They like you. Here's a very interesting statistic that falling apart here. Past client sphere. When you go on a listing appointment with a past client in sphere, okay, the percentage, the odds of you getting that listing is high or low? High. In fact, I asked this question, I've been asking it all week. I'm getting numbers like nothing less than 75%, and a lot of people say 100%, 95%. If I'm on a listing appointment with a past client of sphere, I get that listing maybe 100% of the time. Then I ask the next question, okay, the competitive ones, the expireds, the for sale by owners, the just listed, just sold, kind of where you do some competition. What's the percentage of the time you get those? Less. I get numbers of closer to 50%, right? And yet, we don't talk to all of our past clients here. We talk to some. We talk to some a decent amount of time, but not all that we should. So I would argue the point where, you know what? If you want to just do something because you got nothing to do this afternoon, and you think, well, I'll just call some just listed, just sold. Don't. Call the rest of your past client sphere. Go visit them. You don't have a phone number? They don't answer the phone? You know they're there? Go knock on the door. You know? You get it? Go knock on the door. Go see him. Implement the strategy. Maybe somebody told them a strategy. Maybe they read the strategy. Maybe they knew the strategy. But we have the strategy. And some of you are knocking it out of the ballpark with this strategy, and yet you're not implementing all the pieces. You're thinking, I've got to go hit expireds. I've got to do this over there. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you need to do these first. I think you need to do these first. Okay? So, the commonalities of successful people are the following. They are better trained and they understand the importance of learning. And the second thought that I'm going to end on is they focus on their goals and they are crystal clear on the direction and purpose that they have right now. Finish your business plans. Get involved with our challenge. Get focused on what's going on. There is business out there. You feel like there's less? Truth is, there is. But focus on what is possible, not what is not possible. And you will have the most fantastic 2019. Let's focus on the next 28 days. Let's get this done and have an awesome February. Thank you.